Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Yesterday, we discussed the nitpicky Sabbath laws that the Jews had imposed on the people that became more of a burden than the joy and delight the Sabbath should have been. Let's continue with the passage from John 5 that I referenced yesterday. Jesus healed a man who'd had an infirmity for 38 years. Jesus found him hopelessly sitting next to the pool of Bethesda and commanded him to rise, take up your bed, and walk, which he did. What a joyful occasion! Everyone around celebrated with the man, right? Well, no. The Bible says, "And that day was the Sabbath." And as you read it, you can almost hear it said in foreboding tones. Then here comes the Sabbath police. The Jews, therefore, said to him who was cured, "It is the Sabbath. It is not lawful for you to carry your bed." He answered them, "He who made me well said to me, 'Take up your bed and walk.'" At this point, assuming the Jewish leaders hadn't recognized him out of the multitude of those there at the pool, you'd expect them to say something like, "Wait a minute, healed? What was wrong with you? How did you get healed? Tell me about this miracle." But no. Then they asked him, "Who was the man who said to you, 'Take up your bed and walk'?" These men now saw two rule breakers, the man doing work by carrying his mat, and the man who did the work by healing him, and then encouraging him to break the Sabbath laws by carrying his mat. You can see how they missed the whole point. This man's whole life had been changed in an instant. If they'd cared about this man, they would have been excited to hear about the miracle. Instead, they just wanted to chastise him and whoever healed him. In their zeal for the law, or at least their version of the law, they ignored what God cared about most, people. So what was worse in God's eyes, carrying the mat on the Sabbath or their lack of compassion? Jesus later said, "Woe to you, scribes, Pharisees, hypocrites, blind guides who strain out a gnat and swallow a camel." Religion became their excuse for not showing compassion. "I can't stop to help my neighbor. I've got to get to church on time. I don't want to be seen talking to that guy. He's a known sinner. What would people think of me? Oh, that's nice she got saved today, but would someone please tell her that those jeans are not acceptable to wear to church?" It's easy for us to judge people instead of showing compassion. In other words, we can choose to act like the hypocritical Jewish leaders, or we can choose to act like Jesus. After all, if we're looking for something to criticize, we can usually find it. But if we're looking for a way to show love and compassion, we should be able to find that too.
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.